I'm a kitty. My name's M3. I'm letting Mama talk, but she's sick. They give her this stuff that she has to take to get ready to go into the hospital tomorrow. And it making my mama sick. Good grief. She's not even being very nice to M3. She keeps jumping up out of the bed and running into the bathroom and tripping over my toys and creating a mess. That mama, she don't feel so good. I can't go to bed, Scratch. That's the problem. The stupid medicine that they have given me to prepare me for my procedure tomorrow kind of keeps me running to the restroom like every 10 minutes. So I really can't go to bed until it wears off. So I I'm in bed, but I can't go to sleep yet. So M3, he's doing a pretty good job. He's watching over me. He's come and laid the paws on a couple of times to, you know, try the catatonic cure. So since I got nothing else to do but wait for this stuff to wear off, I am gonna go through some more penny rolls for a few minutes. I got a makeshift factory going here. I'll probably wake up tomorrow with Lincoln scent stuck to my head or something, but it's just something to, well, as soon as this medicine finally allows me to, I'm going to bed. I did reread the instructions and found out that I can have water, so um, that's part of the problem. Yeah, I'm really thirsty, but I have double and triple checked, and it says I can have water, so I don't even like water, but I'll drink it because right now it tastes pretty good. So I'm gonna try to go to bed after I do these two rolls of pennies. They're bank rolls, and it doesn't matter because nobody's watching anyway except M3, and he's more interested in the paper that I'm taking off the pennies than he is the actual pennies. So he can have those for toys. And I don't have the best setup in here for coin hunting. I don't have uh, my microscope, and I can't find my jeweler's loop. So it's probably just as well y'all can't see me because I'm wearing two pairs of glasses, uh, a pair of readers with my scripts over them, and I got this little box here. The the middle is Zinkins. One end is uh, 60s and no 70s and yeah 60s and 70s. And then I got some older ones that I found down here. Found a real nice 59 Wheaties, a couple other Wheaties. So I'm just gonna do this until I can. You pick cat, huh? Well, yeah. I mean, okay, you're here. You're in the show. You picked the cat. You won. You're the only one here besides them three, so, and he has already picked cat. So let me find my pencil, and I'll pencil you in tomorrow for one more cat. Uh, yep, you get a cat just for showing up. Uh, so let me see if there's anything in these pennies. Uh, Most interesting system I have going for coin searching right now. Good time. There I am. Hi. No makeup, no nothing. Two pairs of glasses. That's why M3 was on the screen, and he's going back on the screen. But that's how crappy I feel. I feel worse than I look, and that's really scary. But anyway, I got a couple rolls of pennies here. I'm just gonna see if I can keep my mind occupied by looking at them for a little bit. And hopefully, this stuff is just about done doing what it does to you. It's not pretty. uh, yeah. So, oh, I already got one open. I don't need to open that one. Ah, prop my light up here and debating this stupid vaccine thing. Why are you debating it? I don't understand. Um, the There's a lot of BS being put out. People saying that you catch the thing from the virus from the vaccine, and that's just not true. And I'm going to tell you this in all honesty. I have so many health problems that I have 9 specialists. And I debated, but then I thought, okay, any one of these things that I have, if I get that virus, I'm going to be dead. Any of them, it's going to kill me. So I talked to my different medical professionals, and I opted to get the one shot that is by Johnson and Johnson. And my logic was, if I'm going to have a bad reaction, at least if I'm taking the one shot, I'm only going to have one bad reaction. And I got that shot, and I had absolutely no reaction to it at all. As a matter of fact, the next day, the only reason I knew I had had the vaccine was because the band aid was still on my arm. Now, I'm going to tell you, I did not want to. I was scared to death because of all my health issues that it was going to trigger something. And my fears were totally unwarranted. I had no problem. My brother, who has more health problems than I do, he got a different one. He got a two-parter, and he also had no problems. I truly, of all the people that I have talked to who have gotten the vaccine, my friend Gordy down in Florida, he had the worst reaction of anybody that I personally know, and his reaction lasted for 1 day, and it caused his arm to swell up, and he had some muscle pain. And as it turned out, I believe what happened was that the person who gave the shot did not properly do the shot. But I'm going to tell you, in my case, uh, yeah, you really can't. If you're planning on leaving the country, you have no choice. They will not let you in other countries if you have not had that shot. So that's another thing. But I had no problem with it. I am, in hindsight, I feel a little bit silly that I worried myself into such a tizzy over it, and then it turned out to be nothing. Um, and what it means for me, yeah, really, it's M3's mawmaw, which is Susie. Susie is the sick one. Uh, I am I've been planning a trip. I had to cancel it because I couldn't get my shots because I wouldn't go into Florida. Florida has just let the thing go wild down there. My brother is there. He is much older than me. He has a lot of health problems, and I happily now will be able to go and visit my brother very soon because what I'm doing now is I'm just monitoring the spread down there caused by the spring breakers who did not want to wear masks or take any precautions. And if you watched any of the news, you saw how they behaved down in Miami. So I'm just waiting now to see how things go there. And I'm planning probably in May to go see my brother. I have not seen him for over a year. The last time I saw him was the last week in February, first week of March, when they um, announced the COVID thing. Oh no, the kitty is fine. It, it's me that's sick. This is Dr. M3 saying his mama is sick. The kitty is not sick. Mama is sick. The kitty is the doctor. I guess I didn't make that as clear as I thought it was, but that's Dr. M3, and he is treating me. He has come in and done the laying on of the paws and the lick and everything, trying to make his mama feel better. But he's fine. It's me that's sick because they gave me this awful, awful stuff that I have to take. Um, so I can have all my examinations done tomorrow. I have to go in the hospital. And this stuff, I mean, I know what it is supposed to do, but it really did not sit well with me. And my poor cat doesn't understand. He doesn't understand when mama doesn't feel good. He still wants his treats and wants to play. And um because I'm having all these gastrointestinal tests tomorrow, they give you the nasty stuff you have to drink, and then of course you have to live in the bathroom for several hours. But in my case, it caused some other things besides just the pooping. I had some very violent uh, upchucking. And of course, poor little M, he doesn't understand. And so he's trying to make Mama feel better. So he has finally left the room. He can't stand me anymore. But he has been taking good care of me. Ooh, I just found a 1963, not a weedy, but an oldie. So anyway, while all this is going on, I'm just looking at some pennies, trying to keep my mind off the other things that are going on. And if I can make it through these two rolls of pennies, then I think I'm going to be okay to lay down and go to sleep. But right now, not so much. So, Mikey, where in Florida? I know you said you are in a hotel in Florida. Um, where are you in Florida now? Oh yeah, it made me really sick, and I mean I've had to do this before, but I have never been this sick having to do it before, and had it last this long. Usually after a couple hours I'm okay, but I I was on a little while ago, and those of you that were in there remember I said, "Well, I think I'm just going to go because I'm not feeling really too good." And I got sicker and sicker from then. I did the grape one, and it was not too good. The lady at the pharmacy recommended the grape as the least offensive, but it was nasty. And I think I might have been better off with the lemon lime. I think they're all disgusting. Actually, I don't think there's any kind of good medicine for that kind of thing. Yeah, well, see, I am missing a good portion of my digestive system. Back in 2010, I actually died in the ER. I had ulcerative colitis, and it had been undiagnosed, and my large intestine uh, ruptured. So I spent about 6 months in the hospital, lost a lot of my digestive system, and in the last couple of years, I've been having uh, some more issues with it, and so I'm going to have. I don't, since I don't have a large intestine, they can't do a colonoscopy on me because there is no colon there to do. I have a thing called a J pouch, and they have this scan. They're supposed to scan the pouch. Is kind of like it's kind of like an ostomy bag, but it's on the inside. It's something they create out of part of your small intestine. It's kind of rocket science stuff, but anyway, they're supposed to scan that every year, and because I have had such crappy insurance, it hasn't been scanned for 7 years, and I've been having some digestive issues that need to be addressed. And I have, because of a thyroid issue, I've had some significant weight gain, and they can't really put me on a diet until they know what's going on in my system. So I got to go through all of that mess. And then once they figure out, if there's something amiss in there, then they can figure out a dietary plan for me. And I have discussed with them the eating of small meals every couple of hours, because that seems to work better for my system. And that's what Larry Powell is doing. He is keeping his metabolism leveled that way. But I need to lose at least 60 pounds. And because of the way my digestive system has been kind of butchered up over the years, um, we kind of have to know what we're working with before we can even create a diet. So they decided I needed to do this. But the problem with this is it is really tearing me up this time. And so I can't really go to sleep. Once they give me the all clear as to whether everything, all the remaining parts are functioning, then we can formulate a diet plan that will work with half a digestive system. So I once they figure that out, then Larry's doing, uh, because I do have to get some of this weight off. I'm very uncomfortable for one thing. And because I only have half my digestive system, it having extra weight really puts a strain on it. So, as much as I am not happy about going through what I'm going through tonight, I will be very happy to get the testing done and find out what is happening. And uh, I have a real affinity for what Larry is doing, because uh, my mother was overweight and diabetic. My grandmother was overweight and diabetic. And I have an incredible number of people on my mother's side of the family who are morbidly obese and diabetic. So when my weight started climbing in an alarming rate, like I gained almost 60 pounds in 6 months, um, I jumped right on trying to monitor this, because I already have such a compromised system. And then I saw what Larry was doing, and that really inspired me to seriously go and get this checked out and get a diet plan that will work for half a digestive system. It's when I eat, most people, you sit down, you eat your meal, and your body absorbs the vitamins and minerals and so forth that you need from your meal. But when you only have half your digestive system, your body doesn't have time to absorb everything that it needs. So it requires some extra maintenance as far as what you eat and um, vitamins and minerals that you need to add to your system. So it's a real challenge, and I was supposed to have be having these scans every year. Well, for the last 7 years, I have not had these scans because my insurance did not want to pay for them. Well, I finally got a hold of the doctor who did my original surgeries and told him these things. And he has pretty much read the riot act to the insurance people and made them understand that it's a medically necessary thing to do this scan every year. And that, so anyway, after many years, my insurance company is going to pay for it. So I am going to go tomorrow. I will hopefully only be in the hospital for 1 day. But if they find anything in there that's not supposed to be, uh, there's a possibility they'll be keeping me longer. So uh, at this point, I'm just trying to maintain. Oh, initially they told me I couldn't have any liquids after midnight, but then I went back and read the paperwork, and actually they encouraged me to drink water. So I'm drinking some more water, and I'm going to do this one more roll of pennies. And if I have not had any more issues, then Dr. M3 will be able to end his house call and go take a nap in his house. But Dr. M3 has been coming in and checking on me about every 10-15 minutes. He even brought me his um, organic catnip banana. So I think he was trying to medicate me. But hey, Weigels. Hi, David. Of course, I've been talking to Miss Southern Belle and Mikey and Larry. And I believe Scratch was in here. And so I'm I'm struggling, and that's why I'm on here right now, because it's keeping my mind busy and keeping it off how extremely uncomfortable I am at the moment. Uh, I'm sure everything's going to be fine, but it will be good to know something is not right. We just don't know what it is. And once we figure it out, it could be something as simple as I need to make a dietary change. It could be, unfortunately, it could be that my ulcerative colitis is back. It could be, like I said, something as simple as I'm eating something that's bothering my system, and we just eliminate that and move on. But when you have multiple diseases and your food source is messed up, it messes up everything. So the number one priority is to figure out my dietary system. If, like I said, it could be that there's something I'm eating or drinking that my body does not particularly want in there. And so tomorrow we will do a bunch of tests and hopefully find out what's happening. Um, I am not diabetic. I do have hyperthyroidism though that just recently popped up. So there's just a bunch of crazy stuff going on in my body right now, and about the only way to I can't go to sleep quite yet because I got to make sure that my body's done acting a fool. So little M3 cat, Dr. M3, has been coming in and taking good care of me, and he's just watching over me. I can't have anything else to eat until after the procedures, but I can have water, or there were a couple other things, Gatorade, except nothing red or purple. I guess that interferes with the dyes involved with the test, but I can have water. So, ooh, ow. But some of it is really bothering me. So I'm just doing this to keep my little mind busy. Yeah, M3 brought his banana into me a while ago and laid it in my lap like, here, mommy, this'll make you feel better. But I noticed that when he left, he took it with him. So it was only intended to make me feel better for a few minutes, and then it goes back in his toy box. Uh, he's a good cat, though. Well, I have so many health problems. And I decided about 2 or 3 weeks ago that I was not going to let the doctors tell me what order in which to tend to them. And what I did was I looked at the situation and said, which of these things, if left untreated, are going to cause the most harm to me? And so I sat down on a conference call with a chronic care nurse and a care coordinator, and we put things in order of importance. And my vote was that the most important thing is nourishment. If my body is not getting properly nourished, there's no way that it can fix the rest of the problems. So to that end, we are going tomorrow to start figuring out why the food chain is so messed up. And then after I get that all figured out, um, I'm going to be emailing Larry Powell for uh, some of his diet plan, which seems to be working very well for him, and I am so proud of Larry. Uh, and I think that the idea and the way he is approaching it is quite sound. It's not a radical starvation kind of diet. It's a keep your body on an even metabolism kind of diet, and that that sounds like the way to go. And also I think a lot of people fail with diets because they wait too long between eating, and then they binge and pig out. And the the way Larry's diet is working is that he's eating every couple hours. So you aren't in that position where you're making yourself uh, want to binge on food because you are getting a reasonable amount of food. I just found a weedy. See if I can see what it is. It is a weedy. I don't have very good light in here. Let me see if I can see what this weedy is. I was using the flashlight on my phone, but it will not allow me to use the flashlight while I am on StreamYard. So it's pretty crazy. Let me see if I can get enough light to see what my weedy is. My weedy is da, 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 19 something. 19 something. Yeah, we're doing real good there, Suze. It's 19 something. Let's find a lighter screen. See if that one. It is 1957, I think. Could be 1947. 1957. All right. That down in the weedy corner. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Once I finish this roll, I'm gonna be giving it up. But uh, I keep hearing thumping noises, and then I remember that we're having a storm outside, so I'm pretty sure that's the thumping noises. And I have to remember to set my alarm. My sister has to come and drive me to this great adventure. Uh, because they are going to knock me out. And so they don't want me out cruising around. Uh, I don't know where Dale City is. I'm in what I call X-Lax, Virginia. It's really Galax, but I am not particularly fond of it. My family thought it would be good for me to be near them during the COVID situation. But I don't really think my family had a grasp on just how many health issues I have. And the problem is we don't have the doctors here that I need. And so often I am forced to drive in excess of 150-mile round trips just to see a specialist. So I'm hoping I can get my health in a little better shape so I can start earning some money, and I'm going to not be staying in this area. I really did not want to move here when I did it, but everyone thought it was in my best interest. But it has not worked out that way. And truly, I want to go back to Michigan. And so that is my goal, to return to Michigan, hopefully around September or October when my my lease expires. And I had, I didn't realize how good I had it health insurance wise in Michigan until I left there. And fortunately, I will be able to go right back to many of the same doctors who were treating me there. And I will also be back working with my band, which will make me very happy. I miss working with the band. The things that I'm doing with the band, I'm having to do over Zoom and things like that. And I am supposed to be getting to actually play on the band's new album, and so I can't really. I really want to be there. Yeah. Uh, I liked it there. The only reason, well, I left for two reasons. One was that my friend Tommy was dying and had no one. His own family was not helping him. No one was helping him. And we have been friends for 50 years. So that was one reason. But the primary reason was that I did own my home in Michigan and it flooded. And it flooded in October. And when it did so, it took the pretty much the entire kitchen, and it took the heating and air conditioning unit and the hot water heater. And there was absolutely, I could not afford to fix it. So I was going to have to vacate the premises anyway. So I went south to help my friend Tommy, who passed away a couple of years ago. But at least the last year and a half of his life, he had a better quality of life. So I don't regret the move. But now I'm ready to go back to Michigan. Good night, Larry. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get me some sleep. Now tomorrow I'll get plenty of sleep because they're gonna knock my butt out. I already told them you're not doing these tests on me with me awake. There has never been a person ever been able to put a tube down my throat without knocking me out. So I will be pretty goofy tomorrow. There will not be a morning show tomorrow, obviously, because I won't be here. Uh, and they have said that when I come home, I'm probably just going to want to crawl into bed and sleep. So um, we will catch up on Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday night. If you have not gotten in an entry by the before the start of my Monday night show, you're not going to have a chance to win the prizes that are involved. We've been signing people up every morning. We've been signing people up during every one of my shows. Um, I will actually be going back since I don't have the game cards in here. I will be going back through this live stream, and everybody who showed up in this live stream is going to get a free entry into the contest. So there you go. Um, I can't give you a complete list of all the prizes because somebody is sending me something that if it gets here by Monday, there will be more prizes involved. but I can tell you there is a very nice coin and jewelry scale. There is a 0.999 silver round. There are several other coins. There's some handmade jewelry from my other channel. So there's a lot of nice prizes. And um, that's why when I set this up, I said, anytime you see me online and you come in, you have a chance to get on the list to win. I know people have different schedules, and so I've been trying to mix up the times, and I threw an extra show in this afternoon just for the heck of it. Um, I have, if I see somebody new in my channel and they're participating, I've been giving them free entries. And the reason is I want the prizes to go to people who support my channel. I do not want to give away a bunch of prizes to people that I will never see again in the channel. The people that have been getting into the contest are people that have been popping in and out that I know they're not there just because of a prize. They're there because they come to my show. They support my channel. So if they're going to support me, I'm going to support them. Um, I the morning show stuff is really interesting to me. I got into an argument earlier today over Indian head pennies. And it just so happens that I had pulled up a newspaper article a couple of days ago about the origin of the Indian head penny. And in fact, the person on the penny was not an Indian at all. So I like those little funny facts. And then I have done some strange old newspaper articles about metal detecting. Um, Different people that claim to be the inventor, and then different ways that the technology has been adjusted and used for very different things than it was originally intended for. We have talked about counterfeiters. We have talked about coin smugglers. Um, the morning show to me is just a lot of fun. Uh, some people might think it's boring, but I think it's kind of neat to know the history. Yeah, and that's because I wanted to be a school teacher, and so maybe I could be the only one that thinks it's interesting. But every morning I'm getting more people coming in, so I think other people are interested in learning those funny things, like the guys who couldn't figure out how to properly counterfeit a $20 coin. So instead, they counterfeited $20 poker chips, which were much easier to dispense. They went out to Las Vegas, and of course, when you're playing cards, you're throwing a handful of chips in a pot with a bunch of other people's chips. So yeah, they figured out that one pretty good, and that was in the 1940s. So I enjoy doing those history things, but my alter ego Susie Smart will not be at school tomorrow because she's going to the hospital. Um, But the nice thing about it is that you can go back and watch them at any time. And, you know, the information and knowledge is preserved for some, somebody may later on want to search for who was the lady, who was the Indian on the Indian head penny. And the answer is there was no Indian on the Indian head penny. You got to go read the article and find out who that is. But she was no Indian. So, uh, anyway, I'm going to go. Hey, Mike Wolf. Thanks for popping in. I think I'm going to survive. I made it through my last roll of pennies and I haven't had to jump up and run to the restroom for a while. So I think I can go to sleep now. And the next time you hear from me, I will either be at the hospital or home from the hospital. And hopefully they won't find any horrible things. And now, Dr. M3, Mr. Kitty Cat, may uh, stop bringing me his catnip banana. And all right, Wygold, thanks for stopping in. Wish I got to see you more often, but I know our time schedules are like way wackadoodled. So anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. This was kind of M3's little thing. Dr. M3 said his mama was sick, and so he's been taking care of me. He knows something's not right. Animals are funny that way. He knows that something isn't right, and he's been doing his best to take care of me. He came in and got on my lap and laid his little paws up on my heart, and then he brought me his banana. And so he's been a good doctor, M3. So anyway, I think I'm gonna be okay now, and I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta set my alarm. I did actually, in the course of going through these pennies, find one, two, three, four, five, six more Wheaties out of this box. I've got four out in the living room, so that would be 10 Wheaties that I have found, and three S pennies that are not Wheaties. They are from the 70s, but they are S pennies. So far, and I haven't even done half the box. It hasn't been too bad of a penny box. So, um, and it has kept my mind off of a lot of stuff. So, we will keep a final tally on what we find in there. So far, the oldest I found a 1923 Wheatie last night, and I accidentally threw it back in the bin with the Zinkins. So I got to dump all those stupid zinc pennies out and find my 1923 Wheatie. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Ah, so, all right, guys, I'm gonna try and excuse me, get some sleep now. Tomorrow's gonna be an ugly day. So, Mr. Doctor M3, he says good night. Yeah, I remember when he did that, Mikey, when he threw that W in, and he was like, ah. Yeah, I remember him doing that, where he threw his 2020 W quarter back in the bin. And I've also seen Rob finds treasure accidentally threw a Benji back into a big tub of 50-cent pieces, and he had to go back and find that Benji. It happens. You are sorting coins and you're talking to people in the chat, and there may be something else going on in the room. And yeah, it does happen. And then you have to decide, do I want that coin bad enough to go digging back in that box and find it? And usually the answer to that question is yes, I want that coin, and you'll go back and dig for it. So that will be something for me to do when I get home from the hospital, because they said after they release me, I am just supposed to come home and stay in bed for a while. So I've got my little, it's not really a breakfast tray, it's just kind of a bed caddy. It's got a place for my drink and several little cubbies and stuff. So I'm going to have my sister bring all the stuff in that I need to roll up. And I'll just lie here and watch YouTube and roll up coins. And then I can cash them back in. So wish me luck, everybody. I hope they don't find anything really awful. um, but I think I'm in good enough shape now that I can go to sleep. So Mr. M3 he has taken out into the living room chair with his nanner, and I'm going to finish my glass of water because uh, it said that I'm supposed to drink, after I had drank that stuff, I was supposed to drink 48 ounces of water. That is a lot of water. And I know I did not drink 48 ounces, so I'm going to at least try to finish this. So, thanks to my mods that showed up. Thanks to my friends that showed up. Just and we will maybe see you tomorrow night just for a brief report, but more likely, probably not until Saturday. But you never know. So thank you all for coming in, and be nice to each other. Uh, just yeah, just be nice. I'm tired of people not being nice. So everybody just be nice. And M3 is going to take good care of me. So I think we got this covered. Good night, everybody. I'll give you a report as soon as I can. Bye bye.